You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on! I pulled her up here before she could do anything.
Joking. I've been mauled.
Can you spare a coin?
Come on. Uh-oh! Face!
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
The Legion stands at the ready. You don't look like you're quite dead-infested wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party. I sincerely hope...
Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and even rivalry between our orders. But I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth.
I've just got back.
Uh-oh! Face!
Come on, dramatics. It's not bad.
It goes! That's the stuff
Face furious. She bit me in the face.
The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil, after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
Don't pay attention to me.
By all means. I'll grant you that the two survivors of that expedition were a bit cowardly, but I can hardly blame them. Everyone wants to go home, even if that means indulging in deception. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say? A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping there's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated... All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the expedition.
I was ready to try it, screech woman. The beast speaks, so you half a brain behind that.
So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see. So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home.
Bah! If you think black sheep are weird, try weird sheep.
I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face furious. She bit me in the face.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks valiant.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
Half a brain behind that. We've all had the correct.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One whale.
Let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are mighty hungry. Come to see what delectable dish I've crafted from that pet.
So, which of you is more deserving of life?
Greetings! These stalls
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of, Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yeah, but no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest... Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of it. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered the date. Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late. Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method. She's in the other room as we speak. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes. She'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time. Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know. I've applied myself to that problem for 2. I declare it an act of the...
Stone. Interesting indeed.
To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Let's see. I'm telling you, a necromancer must be at work in Sicile. How else do you explain risen dead?
His very existence.
Hello, proportion.
See. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
That relic of Evelyn's the so-called healing crystal. I've seen one like it before, and by the Patriarch's pockets. It's a relic of source. One look at that gem will be enough to convince me it's no force of good, but a bloodstone through and through. Aye, comrade. I've come across such a stone before. It may be capable of healing, as the good doctor describes, but its origins are as dark as midnight. Bloodstone is so named for a reason, you see. What starts as a pretty gem is corrupted by 6 sorcerers, who infuse it with the blood of the slain. If that stone is what I suspect, I wouldn't trust Sicile's so-called healers any more than I'd trust a pyromancer on a wooden boat.
What would you like to know?
Tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, the Glen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculate. I myself was nothing if not sceptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical... You are? I thank you 1,000,000 times for your help.
Those men only so long for this world. It's taken tender for so long.
Stephen, it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save... No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning?
What happened?
Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible! It will consume us all. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end. Oh, yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the... How you got here, on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time. Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But show, don't tell, I always say. So go.
That imp may be quite.
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something... Grow. The true end itself to move further away. Those torches, a light! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. Ah, though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out. After you, after you. You first, but don't onward! You first, but don't dilly-dally! Yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is! Come,
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
chest! The last chest! The last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me!
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so...
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated...
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this? If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of their comings and goings, I could describe them down to the minutest of details. But you are different. Of you I see nothing. I know. So please, do tell me. How did you arrive here? A stone. So. It was a stone. Not like this, no. Or never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source Hunters, it would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say. But I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost, even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay up?
Mysteries of all time.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me...
I see! What the void would shrink!
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the voids. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why.
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First, we men, please, our most mysterious guest. Are you ready? Are you... The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you know with you searching out Starstone, I believe... But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void, I honestly don't know. But ask her.
If she, like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot, wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The ruins, caves, the lairs of long forgotten. Neither do I. But the mere fact that activated Starstone has this in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of... Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. But of course, I have a price to pay for something that is... So, gather those Starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. No, before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be... I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you.
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem. In the ethereal the drift of... Except, it seems.
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us?
How might I serve our mission?
Good to see you on the shelter. Like the imp said to the ballista operator. Lonesome? Well, yes, actually. Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the...
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorceress. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. His foul murder and the plight of dying time. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble.
Sea garbage.
Assured by our friend the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you... That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere sliver. Don't we all love... But perhaps, like any cat worth its... Let me phrase it like Zigzag. I'll not pretend to have all the answers. If Zigzag worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined... I met him first, a lot so. I told him who I was, and in the end he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. Oh, before you go, here. Take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunt.
Ah, how intolerable it is to think that all the knowledge of the world is being gathered by an imp. A creature that is no more than the result of a demon's bowel movement imbued with the breath. And yet I am a tad jealous of that jabbering little jester. To know all. It is a consummation. You'll rue the day you lend your trust to anything that is demon-touched. But this particular specimen, Let us learn, Hunter.
The Sicilians retreated from this battle. But what about the orcs?
Slimy, leaking, rotting sea garbage.
Oh, hello! What have we here? An adventurer, I judge, by the world-weary look of your weapon, and a noble by the wonderfully deep pockets clipped to your belt. What luck! What luck! That's enough of that now. Well, it's no bone off my nose, Chasm, in any case. Have a look through my... Yes, good friend. I'm quite busy finding for the moment, but if there's something you'd like to buy, I could set all that aside for a few delicious moments. Right then, good friend. Goodbye. That is, unless you fancy a glance at some of my wonderful... What do you think you're doing?
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave Humble Hawk to mourn in peace. In our hometown, we honour the dead by decorating their graves with whatever materials we have. In this case, it's wood. They look rather fetching, don't they? I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancy stone. I just want to bury these bodies the traditional way. It's the least I could... Oh, it was such... In our village... Oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. Tradition goes that a warrior should be buried. There weren't so many spoiled after the battle, but I managed to give old Oggy the best set. A proud send-off for a... the location of Oggy's grave. Now...
Sounds like a job for my trusty shovel.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble. Don't play dumb with me, small bones. You know as well as I that your little city here won't be rid of us orcs till my kind gets that fancy schmancy bloodstone you got in yonder cove. In our own town, we honoured the dead by decorating. In our village, oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. And why'd you be needing that information, small bones?
That pathetic heap of source-addled frogskin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder.
That's right. He was a great soldier, he was.
I spotted something.
You're learning fast, rookie. They say every time...
I'd pour out the whole fight for you if I could, brother. Away with your weapons! Away! It's here, just in front of our noses. Oh, dear old Oggy Woggy.
I needed that.
Back on your feet, soldier!
These footprints are enormous. What kind of behemoth could have made them?
I'm dying.
We'll have none of that, you hear? Away with your weapons! Away! Leave Humble Hawk to morning, please. It's here, just in front of our noses. Oh, dear old doggy walk. Away with your weapons! Away! Leave.
That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
Indeed. And who knows what manner of riches we'll unearth together with this tried and true treasure digger.
Enough to finish this mission with a long... These footprints are enormous. What kind of behemoth could have made them?